Hey, what up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Riverboat Rob. Hey, look man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help me grow this channel. Hey, listen, today I'm out with the Bass and Bear crew. We went over to Reservoir Boat Works, Harford County. Man, it's really cool. Stick around, check out this video. We met up with Matt, the owner. So he really gave us a lot of info on reservoir boats and electric boats and batteries. So man, stay tuned, check out the video. You don't want to miss it, especially if you're electric, if you're in the reservoir fishing and electric boats, you definitely don't want to miss it. But even if you're not, there's so much knowledge in this video. So hey, check it out. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment below. I'm with the whole Bass and Bear crew. Paul F. Batters didn't make it out with us, but we got Mr. Tony Schultz in the house, Sea Bass, Tony Schultz, Ranger Ramon, Phoebe's there. Like, we had a good time. Matt was a really nice guy. The Bass and Bear radio crew. Chad talking shit. Say what's up, Phoebe, for the camera. There we go. Mr. Sea Bass, Chad, what's up, brother? Y'all ready to go in here and check this out, man?
Try these babies.
Let's do it. I know. Look at Chad. Go. Chad's got the high-end stuff. We low budget over here. Reservoir Boat Works, Harford County, Bass and Bear crew in the house. We're about to go in. Let's check it out. Woo. Oh, already seeing some nice boats. There we go. Oh, Mr. Tony Schultz in the house. What's up, Tony?
We're here. We're at Reservoir Boat Works. If you know anything about reservoir fishing in this area, you're going to love this. Right here, this is a $70,000 electric bass boat.
Really?
Nothing I've ever seen anything like it.
Look at all the electronics, dude.
Oh, look at the dual live transducers.
Oh, wow.
So right to your right, we have Mr. Matt.
How you doing, Matt? Nice to meet you, man. Riverboat Rob. Good to meet you, sir.
How's it going?
Yes, sir.
This is the shop. This is like the holy grail of reservoir boats and electric fishing in this area. So we're going to get into it.
Look at them. What kind of, oh my goodness, yeah.
You want to clip it or
wherever
you think it's going
to say the least. It's got a jack plate.
Try that out. See how that works. 1, 2, 3.
Dude, this is insane. Look at this panel.
I'll crack it open and show you the inside here in a minute.
I don't even know what to say about this, man.
So I'll climb up on there.
I will. Who did the wrap?
I don't know who did it for the client, but it's. I mean, he's like Windsor Mill area, so it's got to be somebody out in Carroll County somewhere that did it.
The wrap looks great. Everything looks great.
It's got everything there is to have in any kind of bass boat ever, including a chilled live well that's not, a cooler and hoses. It's
really?
Actually, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing the guy's name right. It's either Peltier or Peltier, and it's a thermoelectric cooler that's in this live well. It's the first one I've done. The live well's made by a guy in Michigan, Custom Live Wells. So this is his tank. And it's got everything, full recirculation, oxygen maker, but the probe, I don't know if you lean up far enough, or you can climb up there, you can see the probe sticking in. That's the cooling probe. So what happens when you turn that on, minutes, it's obnoxiously cold. Really? It's meant for an aquarium, but in this case, it should do just what I want, which is cool the water no more than 5 degrees. So my live well guy is, anything more than 5 degrees, you'll shock your fish.
Right,
so
it'd be too cold for them.
Yeah, over on this side now, there is you'll see the transducer in there. It's got a temperature sensor that feeds his backbone of his setup so he can monitor the temperature when he's running the cooler.
Wow, so that's on the graphs, not even on the
It's part of, it's a NEMA 2000 backbone that's in the boat. So that way the Ghost trolling motor can be ran.
So can we see where?
We're going to open everything up.
What's the battery situation on something like this?
While you're on that side, this is this is for the Ghost, 36 volt Dakota.
Oh wow!
And then bear in mind that, like I told you, none of this was here. The only thing that this boat had was that rear kind of U thing you can still see here, all open ribs, and this was the existing front deck. None of what we're standing, none of this was here.
Now, Matt, what's like a 36 volt? That's lithium, I'm sure.
That's everything in this boat. I mean, lithium batteries are a long subject, but to make it short, I settled on Dakota for everything up to 48 volts. And then under here, these are directly from a manufacturer.
So like, what's a battery like that weigh is what I was getting at.
35,
compared to
pounds,
like, I mean, at 36 volts, you used to have to like 3 deep cycle
I mean,
batteries.
this particular boat, 72 volt Ray. So in a normal world, he's going to have 12 6-volt batteries. You know, 900 pounds there, and maybe another 200 pounds in lead acid batteries to run everything else on this boat.
Yeah.
The batteries that are under here, this is for that Ray, and these are 80 volt lithium cells. This is an actual manufacturer from China. There's a pair of these. So between these two batteries and those Dakotas, he's sitting around 400 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So there's, you know, about an 800-900 pound difference in battery weight.
Wow. I gotta get some lithium batteries, dude. I need a do they make a 24 volt
They
lithium
make everything.
battery?
The 24s are.
So it's like one battery I need. Because I have 2 deep
it's
cycle.
small.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have to look at how you're going to run it, how long you're going to run it. But the 2460 from this company, run your trolling motor for a couple days. Before
Really?
you charge it, yeah.
Wow.
I have a
it's one
Tour
battery.
Pro, a new Tour Pro, and I ran my boat at Gaston for 3 days. Now, I'm not running the trolling motor at 10, but 3 normal fishing days, I'd only use 30 of the 60 amps. So I have a battery monitor on it so I could see what it was doing.
You got lithium batteries on your boat, Tony?
I don't.
I gotta get them.
I've been fighting it forever.
I'm about
More batteries.
Except this is what's gonna run the boat. The 100 in the back runs everything in the boat. Jack plate, trim, tilt, downriggers, live well pumps, all the lighting. This boat has complete interior and exterior lighting, everything. That runs all that. This one is specific to his electronics package, all the Lowrance stuff, all that. So he won't have any networking problem, any problem with running out of power. And then everything's breaker protected. There's a lot of things that go in with putting lithiums in your boat, but you know, just a few things you got to follow and do right. And
is it one like onboard charger for all that, or is there a couple different chargers?
There's an onboard charger for these two is in this compartment. And this also is what gives me access to pumps. You can see some of the wiring that has to travel in these boats.
See the pumps and everything.
So
looks
charger
nice and
one.
clean install though, man. Really, it looks really good.
And I'll show you some of the background stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, you look in his rigging compartment. That's where it starts. And these guys had already looked in that electrical panels up front. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that we're going to get to that because that's just.
Here's his rigging compartment.
Before we get to that,
And if
that's
you, I mean, this is where you see, again,
oh man,
the
that's real
cleanliness
clean.
of all of it. You know, if you
Really
get
nice
down
work,
on this
Matt.
side, you'll see where this is all the high power. It's a
look
bus
at
bar for the high power stuff, which is the remote control steering, and then you have trim, tilt, jack plate, and then his downriggers. So everything, the power for all that stuff is all back here.
Look how clean this install is, man. You do really nice work, dude.
I mean, you know, I have a long boating history, and what used to aggravate me, and it still does, is if your bilge and your areas aren't like this, how will you know when something goes wrong? Because you won't see it.
Well, your wire management and everything looks really good, dude. Really
I always
good.
leave extra. Everything's color coded. Everything is triple labeled, so you can always find.
Yeah.
And that was one of the many things with this. Is
Man, how
I'm
clean that
access
is.
silly. I mean, I even do
You're
cover
very
plate here.
meticulous, man.
I'll
Very
tell you, I can
meticulous,
take
dude.
this off, and you'd see the plumbing underneath looks just like that.
Right,
There's
yeah.
stuff in this boat you'll never see.
You could tell by looking at
that's-
this that I already know that the plumbing is gonna.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
Guys
be
will say, I
nice
have an
and clean.
issue.
What,
and
what's
I
up
do.
with this motor?
That is a 72 volt Ray motor. That's probably the longest running company that does electric outboards.
Really?
They've been around the longest. None of them are perfect. There's no brand I think that's perfect, but this is pretty much one of the most indestructible ones. You hit the reservoirs, most guys know Ray.
Yeah.
He's 1972. And he was a Baltimore guy originally.
Yeah. Oh, that.
So
makes,
he started Loch Raven. Yeah, that's where he started running these like prototype motors way
wow.
back in the day.
Oh, that's awesome. Now that's a good piece of history right there, and I love history.
And
that's-
these,
that's
I
a really
mean,
cool
they
story.
don't look too different from the originals.
Yeah.
So,
It's pretty
and
cool, man.
that's how
So
he steers this boat. So there's no like physical spot that I got to stand to steer this. I have a little fob that does left, right. And that's the other end. Again, you know, all that stuff, you have to know how to put all this together.
Yeah.
These, I get these from a place called New Wire Marine. They are fantastic. These are all laser etched and backlit. So when you turn them on, they light up. You see them day or night. So everything. Yeah.
What your batteries at?
Those are this is the monitor for the 2 big batteries. Give you USB, bilge pump by itself.
Oh, wow.
Then we have the cooling for the live well. Has an oxygen maker in it. And of course, full recirculation, full pump out. Everything is on a timer or automatic. Navigation lights, even though you technically don't need them on the reservoir. And then we, all the other products, interior lights, exterior lights.
Yeah.
You hit a switch, the whole deck is red. You hit the other switch, every single compartment in this boat has white inside of it.
Now we gotta get into these graphs, Matt. I don't even know what size. What's the one at the top? A 12?
16.
That's a 16.
These are the newest top-of-the-line Lowrance ones, the
So what size are
HDS
those?
HDs.
These
These are
ones
the 12s.
Those are 12s.
Yep.
Wow.
And the way everything's
Oh, my
networked together, so he can look at anything, anywhere. So he's got the 3-in-1 on the Ghost trolling motor, which will do also the Lowrance version of 360. The 2 active target transducers, active target 2 transducers that are synced together. And he's got, of course, the transducer on the back.
Right.
And you'll notice, you see where that bracket is back there. I have it already roughed in, and he's going to be able to take this unit off this gimbal
and put it in the
move
back?
it to the back when he's trolling, and still be able to look at everything.
Amazing, dude. It's amazing.
And all this stuff, I mean, the Ghost has a handheld remote. Because you got the Lowrance units, you can get their app, and you can look on your phone, and you can mirror all these units. So, I mean, it does a lot more than most guys will ever use.
My brain is blown. Taking a look at the second boat. Now, this motor, this motor is, I don't even know.
Pure Watercraft from Washington State.
Yeah.
So there's a long history with the company. We could spend hours, but you're better off just looking them up on the internet and seeing what they're about.
What are they called again?
Pure Watercraft. They're out in Washington State. It's a neat concept. It's all proprietary. Just like anything that's new, it does have some quirks to it, but it's really, really expensive for what you get, where you can take these boats. You're signing an affidavit that says, I'm going Liberty Lock Raven Pretty Boy. And it's a $30,000 motor, pair of batteries. Nothing else. Haven't done anything else to this boat. Haven't bought a boat.
He's got the Atlas jack plate on there.
I put that on.
Yeah, I have one on my boat.
When this boat came, he bought the boat, Harrisburg, with the intention of doing this, brought it to me. I put the jack plate on, he took it home. They came and got it, took it to wherever, did this horrific job to his boat and put it back on. And then he brought it back to me to do the rest of the rig. The Ultrex that's on the front, this gets a Garmin 10 with live, a Helix 10, and a 9 at the console, all networked. I'd add, a new 8-gauge harness up to where I added circuit breaker underneath, and then the black box and the Ethernet box for the Garmin, or for the Humminbird unit, all up in the front, hollowed out the rod lockers so they can fit rods in. But this, I mean, it's a really nice concept, but they did a really bad job on his boat, to the point now where I've taken it all apart to put it back together.
What are these? Just storage?
Lithium battery.
Oh, that's the batteries in there. Oh, wow.
So, Matt, how fast is this boat?
This boat will hit 22 miles an hour, which is ridiculously fast for a reservoir boat, but it's not fully planing. Okay. So you still have a boat wake, and they can't sustain that speed for a real, you can't run like that all day, or you'll run out of battery power pretty quickly. So most of these guys that have these, and there's not many, they're throttling back to that 8-9 mile an hour thing to have an all day kind of setup. Again, it's a really neat concept. It's really expensive, and you're putting it on a boat that you're only going to take to 3 places.
How much do these batteries weigh?
About 90 pounds.
So
wow.
Does this open up? Or
no, it's all sealed.
So this is the battery itself.
And there's some weird math because everything is kind of held to the vest. This is more like a car. It's a 350 volt setup where it's, so they go high voltage, low amp draw. The motor full power, math-wise, is around 72 amps. So, whereas your Ray that you're looking at goes the other way. He's a low voltage, high amp draw motor.
Right.
So this is more akin to like kind of how a car would work.
What's a battery like this called?
Well, they do them as a pair, and I know this setup is a $30,000 setup just to get this. And you can achieve full power. It's just some strange things. The motor, clearly on the plate, says it's a 25 kilowatt motor. And yet, one of the things with lithium batteries, even though this, I think these are 8.8 a piece, so that's what, 17.6 kilowatts total, which you look at it and say, well, how can 17.6 kilowatts operate a 25 kilowatt motor? Well, you can, but you're gonna, instead of hypothetically this lasting at an hour at that 8.6 draw, it's gonna last substantially less than that time frame because you're pulling out more current from the battery. It's one of the advantages with lithium.
I gotta get some lithium batteries for my boat,
What
dude.
would you say is the weight difference in batteries and setup from this boat to the Ray or to the Torqeedo? I mean, this looks like a lot less weight overall.
Well, the biggest thing, it's not so much weight overall, it's how you're running it. You know, up until 3-4 years ago, everybody's golf cart batteries, big 6-volt lead acid batteries for a big electric motor. It's the only way you're gonna run it in any kind of sustained fashion. And they're heavy. A 60-volt Ray was 10 batteries.
Wow. Well, and a lot of like this motor and some of the Torqeedos, you can't even run lead acid.
Oh, you can. You can run a lead acid battery on it, but it's not going to run really long.
Wow.
Because what will happen is you'll overwhelm. I mean, there's some math factors with lead acid batteries I could get into if you want to go that route, but real simple is you can exceed a lead acid battery's capacity very quickly. More than 50%, you're in trouble. So you need a lot of power to run them. So for example, if you go to some company sites, you'll see that, hey, you can buy the motor in 12-volt batteries. Sure, it'll work for maybe 15 minutes, and then it's gonna shut off. So that's why everybody was using golf cart batteries, because they can handle typical, you know, big golf cart, T145 battery, can handle 100 amp draw, which is where most of these were. So you were right at that edge. But it's a ton of battery weight. Just
How many amps can something like this?
This works out to be something around like an 80 amp battery, because lithiums they generally do by watts, which is just voltage, divide the watts, you'll get the amps.
Right. Yeah, the amps law or whatever.
So it's amps is how I'm kind of looking at everything always.
That's pretty cool, Matt. Pretty cool. So, just a question
So
on my own
back
personal.
to that, it's just a ton of weight that you take out.
If you have, say you're just a regular weekend fisherman, and you like to go out on the weekends, and you say you have like a tracker bass boat.
His name Riverboat Rob.
And his name is Riverboat Rob, and he has 2 deep cycle batteries. What would I want to read? 24-volt, 70-pound thrust trolling motor. What would be the ideal battery that I should actually be using besides the 2 batteries I got from Walmart? That's the question.
This particular boat has the new Ultrex 80 on it. This will run that motor for probably 3 days.
And that's 24 volts? Now, how much is a battery like that cost?
This is $812
Can I
here
put that
in my shop.
truck? Dude?
Here, pick it here, grab it. You're going to be shipped. You're going to be shocked.
Oh, wow, dude.
So that runs your trolling motor
that.
easily.
Yeah,
you know, if
easily.
you're a guide or you're a pro who's going to go, spend a ton of time on the water, you may want to do 2.
Right.
My experience, firsthand, my Skeeter 20-foot ZX225, this battery, Motor Guide Tour Pro, 80-pound thrust trolling motor, 3 days I used half the capacity. At Lake Gas.
I gotta get one now.
You know, not running it at 10.
Yeah, sure.
But, yeah.
Oh, you want me to go over?
So that's it.
Riverboat Rob needs this battery.
So that's what you run your trolling motor.
Make a donation. I'm taking donations. I'm going to get one of these batteries. I'm going to hit Matt up. But now I forgot my question.
Batteries.
So there you have it, man. That was the Reservoir Boat Works walkthrough. The video froze up at the end. I apologize, but man, dropped a lot of knowledge. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We'll probably go back and see Matt again. I mean, man, so much knowledge on reservoir boats. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to Bass Bear Radio, 8 p.m. on Fridays. We live. We have a lot of guests on there, man. Check it out. Make sure you check out your boy Riverboat Rob. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It's really good. Sorry about it freezing up at the end. I mean, we spent probably a few hours with him. Just my brain is just like this right now. I'm about to just rip my whole boat apart after watching it and redo everything. I mean, he's very meticulous, very clean work, very good. If you're in this area, it's Reservoir Boat Works. He's located on Route 40, Pulaski Highway, right over by the Sheets. I guess that's Joppatown. I don't live in Harford County, so you guys correct me if I'm wrong. Joppatown, Edgewood, they're kind of like right there. But either way, man, check out Matt. The work he's doing is insanely. Like, my brain is blown. I don't know what else to say. Until next time, I'll see y'all. Peace.